because we will be a wordy politics ache eba MPP more make us what pay reduce the nipa beye why you gusu a wo ya onhume ye side defeat we hu say eba na
no hine the questions there be on say you running internal surveys, a number of internal surveys, national security year be at a point in time, you know, the last survey year, you say presidential was head to head.
Okay.
Was head to head. Nana parliamentary they were leading. Parliamentary seats were leading. NDC for Nankasa, they told us. So okay, well, so parliamentary no munti they should focus on John Mahama because I want to head to head no one so that they can at least get the presidency. This was shocking. Yet na yenim say yam crofo buafu kakra before ho. But yam hwe ni mu se ha say baby this is Santa Regina be 2 million say nkoto aba. It has never happened. Inti yam hwe se besi sa. Obie no obeka so hu se bibi sa besi. Yes, we kasa me hu ye party na me boa. Even my own consistency. Edu baby am so ke MPD de ejama presidency near the idea kokope. Na fe to abawia me na me was struggling to win my seat. Before I say nipa be 500 100 pen to about me say hey abobe 4 Makojan Chrome is nipa 100 pen to about out of a registered voters of 700. Me friend am I almost nipa 300 now to out of about 1,000 and we said no we have a problem.
Leader MPP for be kase yema Dr. Laji Mahmoud Bawumia Zaimra na umelidi MPP to 2028 elections. Ono mo yadwe. Or your personal opinion on Dr. Laji Mahmoud Bawumia.
You know I'm like his boy. Me GDA say if it's not broken, you don't fix it. If the thing is not broken, we don't fix it. And your party you must say what tradition be. It's first time is difficult, you know. Oh, yeah, no more my banging na papa Kufado, papa Kufo. Obi no we need first time that. And especially this time, they're very difficult because we're seeking to go beyond 8. It is hana me de me huno. And they say it's the same as you 2 4. In fact, the previous one, you know, BSC Mudi Agro come out, but they say no dear. There should be a diplomatic way, especially I'm a leader. You are expected to whip members. It is a member Gina Simpiasu to Franca. I can't say they be pebia or be I mean to know.
Of course.
As someone else, Michelle quote kakra for the sake of the unity of our party and also for us to heal wounds and move ahead.
Right. When say MPP believe our normal means reflect, rebuild, recapture. Kwame na party ni first reflecting. Joe say yati committee say omunye nhwemudi ntia MPP lose ye kwan ben na party be first rebuild na kwan ben na party be first recapture 2028.
So far the process is ongoing. Na in times past na ye di yam komo wa bonten. Yam komo ni bebre hwe na da bonten. Ti say na say koye retreat. Obi anti say I'm babedwam.
Yamoko branchampon
details number bonten. We young for media and call a no a strategic. It's part of the rebuilding. And committee on what general secretary so by Bishia MPs. So there's a lot of discussion going on, especially as they say existing structure. No, yeah, if you any say the we can send you and fan can send you flag bearer. I say in terms and no money now. There's a lot of discussion also. And sir, you see, every democracy is regulated. If the Westminster system and the American system are and yet the BNA is all twaba. Some of the places with me regulate. Me democratic. I'm say twaba. But you see a baby agent say you MPs 88. Say you manage primaries ni you move chebim. And know that you take leadership is part of the rebuilding. So we must get a national chairman or tisadi and I say. Esi nya general secretary obitibidi nsai si ho hwe lebi am kadam botwa asema na microphone ase. Once upon a time me abofra young man in this party na me tie cross fire.
Yeah.
Now one of our lead voice kakra samwa back cross fire no argument for the new patriotic party solid. Ye atamons as a candidate Then kakra someone declared for Atames. Or say you recruit me. When fee studio ho and a damboche. And we in the fee party. Sa discipline in our party. To much juma or yet party. That's our time on yeah, was my police station a juma. My Tescom, my regional youth organizer. Number ye dam constitute, be ye juma dam constitute. Sa time no be a mouse cap. A year would them post a dambucha for a white small sakwa, quay juma hanamo. Sa a hufamano, see team for the babium. Say bet me a babimo. Yamie, I don't know be puma quemuna ye babima. Young kaya more some party, I will no cry more. Sure, sir, Nipa bro party musa, ye babe moi, obi o in puda. A juma ye o say that Parliament because Upia ever attack on Tiasia into party for banning chair, he can't appreciate the problems. Nina, you see, a chain of issues. For you as a minister for youth employment and as a minister poor. We had the you need a party to constitute government.
Of course.
Party ni wa buying you. Inti ubeya buying. Now, because we fee, then it becomes there's a gap between government. That's where the problem starts. That's where the problem starts. And a lot of it is appointment. A lot of it is appointment. I know to what intent and purposes, and this form that said you can tell never. Me twitches I deal with some time back. Meaning ya puni mpubi. Was an old Parliamentary Service Board. Until near called NCSL or US. Meaning it's not play move over 10 hours and we spoke. I want to say the man who ran. Now it's becoming clear. And when Timino, Julius Debra and Timmy I said you can tell. The only advice I'm doing my party for Lucas I said you can tell never no BS. Mr. Debbie. In a war, no, you don't underrate your enemy. 107.3. Don't forget this man, why MP da? Why General Secretary da? Why chairman of a party? Let's give him some credit. Now let's prepare to banter him. Let's get our tactics right, get our candidates right, and we'll defeat them. But so I say doing Ketiana Banti, we are you'll be laughing at the wrong side of your mouth.
ABC delegate system, no, yes, Pande, ABC Yema all card bearing members of the party. And Tuaba, Wakaba also, and your first time, Zua, year two Swabano, Uno
expansion, yes. But you see, expansion to what extent?
Okay.
That's the question. That is a critical question. Expansion will be a monetization. That says this Kofuchiska, the packet to be Nekojiska, no more Kanebu, Shewa Baba Yomu. But Uber expand the Akwakusi saying. That's a problem. And as a bit make arguments that we should get a research team to do a candidate search. In the UK, you know, the primary so I'm going to be a candidate search, you know, as a candidate to win a bit to be winning seat in a mind. There's only for us to go run the primaries. Yes. National Council of our party can decide based on research. And you say, but once there is empirical evidence, there are some constituencies be on more. Abia, baby, to say a contombra. A contombra, there are a number of settlers there. Kusas is for Hobibre. Because it's an Akan region and constituency, you'll be tempted to think, say, I said, you can't. But so way numbers now you look at the data now Shana who said Yenya Kusasi ni they are in the majority and not bit me winning seat in Maya. Then we have to go for that person. For all you know, it's almost subjected to in a strict sense, yeah, co primaries. Bia nipa no wo sika bibi won and say bit me winning primaries. You don't know bit me winning election Maya.
Okay.
So these are the pros and cons. Back to your question, say yeah, expanding now. We have to decide they're expanding to what extent. Me de sika tuane de eyade a ACHI emwan wo kwan bia so but a kwan ben so ne be fa because first and more renfi na the number was limited and the increase of 555 no
yeah
say minimum sign can say 15. 15 if you multiply by the number, be average. Maybe we say number polling station for over 1,000. Into be some increase your 15 now could do bear and find to be at 3,000. There are people who can still pay their way through the 3,000.
To them say be a monocram for so be a muscle because still perform to my chest and scan.
It is a who be a moi. No one dream who yes, who be a moi. You'll be able to stop that monetization. No? Because who be a movie now they are about 2,000. Many penny trace car or delegate to Kukum not the mom. Now, so the money per 3,000. Now we register voters of 100,000. This 3,000 cannot represent 100,000. So, a very dicey.
Issue of ye BM and I am issue of ye BM could saying.
Ye BM could see saying. And elections, no, I see control elections, no. I mean, Nima didn't leadership in parliament, critical people in parliament, they be ranking members of Muyejuma or parliament to be a as the face of the party. Be a Nippon Buffalo. Me Fantum be as a Fuji, Samir Wuku, Kabiru, when a mama Buffalo, no more yard, they say. Was a young go to a parliament, the experience they build the parliamentarians. International, as a party, no, in its wisdom and national council, as some domination.
No more stampy authority.
No more stampy authority. Omokoye research don't say say Samia Wuku anasa asafuji so nye bibi boni e be ma lose seat ni dia. And ye maintain no.
On corner post.
On corner post. Hwe ato force. Ade ba ko a ase dun ketia ya ade ho pa. Okasa wie. Ebi ka say bia onye democratic. Ato force na ko obi okọ platforms akọ challenge no. Or Fred catches on no leader in parliament or leading the minority who challenge this other. And no need to mean your way party.
And ya catch someone in the dozo. A
leadership and ya catch some. So catch the Obia party be our catch. But the leader should have the boss. So wait,
party leadership.
Yes, engineer pet SC to Abanima, very good people who understand these things. Obi o catching on tiase or you say to no so ban say 2 MP bia so ban.
And a crop of leaders also see no mun prudent enough na.
Because someone ye be. We have to look at them again. Ebi wo mu a say ye beti one mo say ababiem. Baby wo also say dani mu kakra. Ebi wo say dani mu kakra.
Leader na so bidwa for ne pa minim say concerns we nyina mbutime rezi mu no mba jojo to make sure say sa decision partner take amana boa party no mo ne omuntem te say
Nigeria setam ye wa ban mu antimi enwie paye to say there yes to say there ya no sa say baby a woti etro waka sa opieto ne awura yi say unka humbom de ne say na wa wasam a first no de na enye kra na enhye da nye sa but say no de me hu say bank kakra the unity ba reforms yomu ne discuss yomu busa ye input ye call workshop yomu by general secretary general na so almost 3 hours you put in questions or chechim yenye ni say the kakra na wo na party mpanifo bi say right down bo twere mu na wo hobby ye wura I think JB omu nyina betena hobby zo kakra no wo bank kakra say hwemu kina let me we pay
right menas mami a 20 lines ni say CI bia no bi obi bia o peso bisa on 057-777-1073. About your honorable Frank, I don't pray that so almost to a gym, I should be joining, no, minority chief whip. But my final question, I mean, activity lines, from majority chief whip to minority chief whip. Who is a DBA through one?
Okay, so sometimes I don't be ready for more kakra.
So now you drink so you.
It's not me. Just me and you say number. My guys are now crowd about minority. Who born out just said the man. But it's okay. You can crack.
Address a full receipt concern be. Meaning so open say. Okay. Comment here.
First of all, serial callers. Papa for us serial callers now. Moments show. You be through the party leadership. You be the BTB. I said you know party in a opposition. Members of parliament in your group. Puno hinin Ablekumanov ye 200 more bebre edu baby a say IGP ma security omre no phone and an old IGP okoye era dampare ko new IGP I say we be share no and me ya e ba be share no na because is na ye former release some do moyo modwuma gina 7.3 I saw mo declare na police protection amope na anti-sanity I just of was some maybe gidi say me pese me comment wo ho bebre baby a party ne egina no etro me pese me ni be banta me won cheche mu bebre wo but emu hia peni say ye die hia and say ye die fata enya dia me pese me ba bebre bebre o de wakana asmo on canon ko die hia me titiru sesei e nkabo mo beba party ni mu na ahoden foforo e betimi a take this government on said be ya said you ya ban beba no ho ade ni hia me be chirichi sanse mo enfamfa so bia emba nti e ho de be be so ho
right and obi so raise concern kakra say what presidential ambition bia na
bono hine me di onyankopon hata so e be paucho so le mama ndi me nkwen kakra onyame ne si hine wanhwe ya mimfi hakura ndu fie na ye di kontimba bia bomitiri mu kwan so de mama ndi me MP so onyame ne mre ene mre pa so no aka so don praise o di MP up acha inti kopa bi fufura mintimi nya me ho praise mintimi nya me ho vice president onyankopon ne beye inti mesro
but say na ye candidate bi no afa o say running mate obesum
well ayosum na eno no emre ne nda onyankopon ne be kire onyame ne be kire bi de manimu an se sisi ade ehia me ne se will constitute the majority in parliament
okay
and then will form the next government
okay
na a Herculean tax
okay
because nipa na ye ni omu sia kan no sabrio omu ni ye ni no omu ye o hwa bato e course na ehu se omu kita adwen foforo bi but bibie ni wiase a se wodi wa adwen siso na wo wa adwen koso na wo bo nyankopon pae na wo ye adwumaden a entimi mbam ebebam
right
kwa amofa so amunya 187 ye be so be fasa kwan na so in any way possible to increase our numbers papa ba ko to conclude no can say oni me nya adwen se me ento aba enye sana me kan but he so tie me kan say where there is a data and a research say particular candidate be no betimi wi I don't know the day say seat in a person nya
of course
be say nya majority seat it is a bibia say way dey betimi a party to me decide say okay ma we nko me nka say party ni ntrase no mu impose candidate enye sa na me party
so mo nye survey no mu hu say sa di panama for pen nko ade there's no for
the contest but you see contest here yakoi I don't know the day you be twetwa hu se kan sa say kan nyina we hu afa ko the main election akade idea say ko kunto ni edibi intano na say hwe ye me ma adwen kakra wo me kire ni ebia na one me nya adwene so dodo na adwen say ni enkoye na why not
only address for personal beef bia na
oh them personal beef meaning ni buno he be ba bebre ni me ye o me ye obi a they very strict zimi ye tete me wo baras papa me leave for the police yes ade na kuntuma etuntum e fita meaning ni personal bia o betimi afre no say me no personal problem meaning ni personal problem but you see me a disciplinarian me papa o cheda training me pa ade na etuntum aka say etuntum e fita so no aka say fita meaning ni personal issue bia no meaning ni issue bia and medical aka say enwu hi asema betina radio so na party se mo ba be kro no wo pa efisem na be kro no radio so emfa so bia ni so me de omo kan bia so blame bia omo de ma bia ma giatu
okay yes sorry Ghana 40 MPP 40
me mo ma me fa sabi ye tu na mo bebre na no aba ekoto ye niema kohwegu ye na nyi se na nyina ye peno na abrabo do tore bia sa na tie kukuru wi ase kodanda amane bebre ni nipa famu nanso so no we nye ade a akoko beka se ade akoko hu dani awomewuo once upon a time your party yet now opposition for 30 years. This is a tradition. Yamfa tu amfa jan. ye kan ya asam nkakra nkakra say ye wura je ekufo ebe breaki jinx na eba abemu mumma yen dodo ye ho se ade ehia titiru enye koka we aba radio so we si sa asem bi wo ho me ka na fisam se me na maye boni bi a ka che nipa no e wo fie embetran radio so mamma yen horo ye yenta dia ye fin e wo radio so emfa nsunsun so papa bia emre yen na yenya gidie wo ye mu bro he so ye bibina gidie ni mu a ontimi nye mumenya gidie se David ejina Goliath enim ka chene se me hu so de etuo ni sekan na eba me so na me de osafo ewurade tumi na me de ba so ebia na odipa na one omokono mo doso omakodie no sususu akese in the same contest NDC for 187 na no omo so de gina ho bebre kwa omo doso de omakodie doso omo wa ban tumi tamochi executive power tamochi sikani ahomode tamochi baye de di nukradie ene pepere ye ene adwumaden ebedi nkunim e de ama party de ama Ghana na ye mrantie di party de nim sese wo parliament myself mianka sa ye ba no dan ye rafanyo marking ye nua pani Patricia PJ mianka sa no don pre Habibi Drisu Jerry Ahmed ya sway ye fruso and then by extension all the ranking members see what scenario e fa yakukuni kaka na yakan asama kire Ghana for so weni tina
walk out
and then we just in the chamber the yenye walk out
okay
but bibi say na oka bibia onti ase de obeka bia no onti ase na eya de ntokwa fiscal ntokwa ya badia
because I'm for suggest say muka bibia na yes a committee no omfa nya adwuma muka bibia ne mfa nya adwuma de ne nka montwe omo na omo anvete omo nkrofo yi am for decision no mo
but unse de ye no so maye suspending vetting no ene ekoto so the following day na nsem pie fa okujeto black kwa ene Sam George ni na nsem pie nke ma ho kwan na mo twe mo fam a e bia na kasa nsem mo nyina se de ntimi pie but so ehunu a yenya wo hu ni se sabi bibi anko kan papa anje krede sa de ne sha ne ho ase na ema ne muso a we have a duty say ebe communicate am Ghana for say na de ne ko say na ye bo enjo so say na hyehyɛ ti say na etie nti no ye ntimi enka sa adwuma ho ye ne say to be more of a dignified retreat
to the bia ya na Ghana for binumu a probably omonte omayimra so jafie adwuma na se no omuhu adom kuma no MPP ma so jafo no say mo ye distractive it seems say mo mpese government business ebe koso sa pepepe na tia na
there be obrohin asem wo busa minti say asem bi sa 40 mi bi asem bi puno because I'm a budget on pass. This was their first budget on pass.
Yeah.
Make me a catch-all. Make comfort to me. Let me comfort to me. On budget on pass. On we on bedamase. Dain't ya? Because there were a number of a budget, you know. Who presented budget statement in the year. If we be estimate. And no figures, you know. Estimate of figures ebia keepers any investment of every sector be you know what the idea for any estimate be every sector for every sector any agencies estimate now the be into what the budget you say a reform finance committee the estimate be all the committees ebia energy na the energy committee on be so go consider estimate ni nyina ba then the committee will come up with what we call a report then parliament also person parliament here bibia you come by a motion. So the chair of the committee will come by a motion, or the report in the now sector minister about the moving motion to seconded by the chair. The chair now present a report near debate. For all about let's make I say almost 60%. Now ministers no more budget for and I have every duty to insist and say mungo for ministers imbra. But yes, she said no. Yamu amuno pass budget ni we nyina so to do our proper oversight.
Because now finance minister ma deputy finance minister ma leaders no ba ko pe no abet no da
later and a finance minister started so by the time when we're getting to the bond and other financial bills are passing. It's omu yomba damas come say no, I'm not doing you any good. We are serving the people of this country. I said yes say be boa masa because one party budget here dey into my forecast. We are the same people who help them. Mami sign kaba control. Okay, standing orders anymore. Among coins set the new standing orders, the composition of the committee for vetting. Apart from the chair, the ranking, the deputy ranking, the whips, you co-opt other sector leaders.
Okay.
To say be a vetted a nominee, be a nominating for energy ministry. In Tobacco co-opt ranking member and chairman for energy.
Okay.
So that time na ye vetting na ye inform me your committees no.
That means a vetting no plan should say
Yes.
Because we your committee are over there vetting by extension.
So the committees were not properly constituted because now other sector heads say co-option no. Ni inform me committee there.
But muja
ye can say we are the masters of ye suggest here and in the order I think order 3 and mom can say TV stages are compromised. Ye suggest mom no one they didn't know about it. Ye suggest mom for that compromise to be made and say ko dey vetting no. It is because minority ye mwa amemu ye obstruct ye distract here. Odipa no nim dey oka. So obesha so now we allow the president to come and present or we are subjected to debate. Into for the last 3 months, minority we has been very responsible. A minority.
Right. Honorable Bibi says the last quarter of 2024, Nenya easy Emma MPP or my chief organizer, Minimsena and Norman Koye. No maybe and say NDC Mashibja for boa na ye pass no money to me tumpon a point in time crowd almost a mumma or mum metna ho mamunye bibia. I'm on my imra subject few cross speaker eka say and suspended kakra as the besia bar yasia ba obi tinchena with your beka say na de nkrofo ye mu ne de wo kan say mo kra ma boa NDC aban bebre abosomi miensani a NDC aban e hye na dwuma se a. Now, why are you so being lenient to the NDC government?
We are not being lenient. When we say emrene na and a chair said you only need part of a battle. How you banter depends on time. And more rain fee. Now you're 138. In a normal year 137. This time you're 88. So there's a significant difference. And then that's our time. The tension was so high. And more rain fee. Nipa no tia konwa nimu nankasa no who was supposed to be a mediator referee no ono we na near to nchen because ono no we hwire gina afa and so bibia ye bia no on hwe ensem bo ese ohume so because ye hu se ansa na bia ba ko hia bia no na meeting bia di kan koso I say, but Kushia, no meeting be a because if you bought you say, I'm come because meeting be a day. But it's the idea at this time, when I buy for Frabat, Shadia Koso, Crofia, you wage mumu. Sakobasi and passive budget, I better change my foca. The whole country will come to a standstill. And we are seeking to govern a country. We are not seeking to destroy a country. It's the idea, no, now you're on mine, you don't see a vetting ministerial compromising. We want them to constitute their government. Yenim said they are going to fail, and we know. We say a jumonomunti minye. But say yamwa to this extent yam pass budget. It will be worse off. The country will be worse off. Now, so what's your name? Also, my so my boy also become. Until we have shown responsibility, we have shown leadership. If you hope Abusobia. 9 o'clock, I'm to so. 9 o'clock, I'm to so. Session start at 10. 9, I'm to 107.3. And me, yeah, budget. Me, I make sure I'm printing room from one for report. Nimbra, waiting for a report. Wimbra, me, that is leadership. It's yeah, you may I didn't call 9 Pepe, sir. Me, I come here. Was a time a war by Muno. Now be a chief for majority. Sana me a major. And naturally, sana bitie, umame 7 o'clock, me fifie 6:30, 6:45, na me be jina obubuano. E ade aka me ho. And seriously, na obi ono so timi owo sa suban no ye the current road minister. Kwame Abuja, so no so ye chief on the other side. No name is sunsum kapa in terms of timely delivery of work, businesses, and also coming to Uber report ya be adwuma ntaba be ye adwuma. It no share parliament ama no be brewe to be here. Me nso ka. Now no me counterpart. Majority say ohwe manim di no say hey ano o kan no agbem. Say but the kuku gare now akpe now ekpere wunye no o ka cha me say maboa no enye ono anka parliament ayi budget on pass bida ke ade ne ho be kire no. I'm so we can do all our politics. But be of our mind ye yo ho de nya de say di yes nya say di agro na ya pass budget na win afi na buno hini ye ba be fie ni
okay
ye ba be fie ni pa hwem where we have to put the doors and where we have to cross the T's BBS a year in the budget, you know, we'll go into it
right on a kind of be say mubora o mayimra so fie with 88 MPs no e secure kakra. But we start to hear class of people are Mumfanchami, Mumfa Manusi Kakra. And this is for Mrashabuja for no Muyano and Mamutri relaxing who say there be wait yet, a bit minimum Asia pa, which Ghana for manifesting. I'm a Ghana for you who say, Moo ye, now my year am an effect. Sustainability of it, complacency, say your home crofo way, Omuni saying. Enti tambia de nsabe hye omanum se ya but woni bete no na bia nipa no afifi sen sa da no de be kawo ye be dia sustain sa expertise ya ye de ye adwuma e wo mayi mra hye dwafie again complacency and settle in se wo mu de omo sabe omunim bibia enti no ye betua for omo so tabia se
okay obno he ma bin chim kakra me se ni die ni obuo kwan so your fellow members of parliament only omo kasa na odi obuo ni dia ma omo obi nkasa omo nim hwe because them rush be joy the experience in the
okay
the longer you stay so what's na fie wo che na usua wo behu
okay
me nkasa omo nim hwe the me si sudua no se omo nipa no be half afoforo
okay
into afoforo they will take time and so motimi asua the body politics nankasa the chamber politics no apart from chamber politics no you can study the rules but to apply the rules on the spur of the moment is not easy and ya that from enti na dia yesu yetimi asase dia ya mo hu ni se yedamono ase say 42 of our MPs 88 and 42 ye new
okay
the aya say ya cluster for all the 42, we put them in clusters. And every cluster has a mentor. In TBI, you have new MPs, bear 6. Near ye old MP, 3rd term or 4th term back. No, or motion I say. Into no chum.
Or don't fancy because my MPs be almost first time on my bomb, my image with you. But for Solina Walker, Sunny Dimin and the composure, everything. What to our babies as a way or call your bear 3 tenths near now for as a for Genome no more Mokikan.
Ya shed a chrom. Yet your mutsna office a chrom. Your body language said your Bekasa. Ubabe, your contribution, how to start, how to conclude, the middle of the ya chomina. And the mebo your mentors nas abaso. Biti ya Bawumia, Ogunde. A friend is saying Abuja, Napoleon, Pennyfo, mo Boasa, and Coso. And yes, apart from you see, but you bet me actually be idea. So one money panel opportunity to showcase idea with you. What do you mean? The best teachers practice. Into your mom, money, more sometimes press conference, maybe because Parliament, there was not even a single day I catch him some for I can't go a press conference there. And it's always shown Pennyfo, no my. This time more monkasa control press text, no more ya ba. Near I did it, near more monkasa monko ye, no more yet near guide yomu. So far, bet me a kind of bear 15 on our side. I told you I can call them, they can stand in on any day for leadership. And no near dear back ye. And idea back so as I wo why ye say your mom what say it's a competition. Justify your inclusion. Into ye wa adwen say wo ye yi oga e wo abonten. Na wo ba na wo nsua the rudiment. Na wo hu adwuma na nobody will give you recognition. Into share a committee near ye share that on purpose. For the first time, their first timers or more vice chairman or committee didn't see that. As of J. Boni didn't say, oh no, yet deputy ranking for foreign affairs. Samia Uku, vice chairman for state interests. Why the Queen soon or yet deputy ranking for employment. Into ya chiche first time as sitting now when you crown out your deputy ranking into be pejo bia or your penny mua no ma first time not understudy. So succession plan near build it and also to build their confidence. And I tell you, sir, it has also boosted their morale. Shall we and saying Ayariga honorable Ayariga bekan say so na debate no. Say nipa ba ako kasa wo ye ho a nipa be miensa en kasa wo mo. Which is alien. It's very alien to parliamentary. They ain't here. Because no more backbenchers now start complaining. Say, any crofo in the bath here. Oh, sorry, I'm not kasa with confidence. And then I and I'm saying, I've been in Yansanya the crow. And you're shooting it down. So in our backyard, no, met me sorry say. And as I mean, so met me say, number boomeni. As a for Jay, and answer Gideon Boako, and answer Kabiru. Only my dear make a chance on ye. Okay. It is a me cross idea we more.
I don't know maybe the sustainability of it.
Sustainability we will.
Because the entire makers and say some crazy who are omu pejay. I wish he said Sadi and Emma. A toda bia, Yana Humasoso, a settle in a unipem, where Oshia or who is a hunka crabia, the baby actually the minority chief whip, baby a person hipping or cockrano, or better said that is the same. So how do we sustain it?
Any pursuit. Any pursuit. Any pursuit. Nina ye said you only panetier. One was a chief weapon. Apart from organization, you are the fulcrum of the leader, dear. Leader, you're not the be beyond the commander. Yeah, or not Damano, you're not there.
Man, a chief organizer.
Yes, but chief weapon, who be a impokumusam. Nippon constituency problem. You better walk a chamber, another could be Obio Taikasa or chamber pan, why dean. It is your duty as a chief to know. A beyond can also find a chino your intelligence. No, who say you be Hana view on the constituency one more. Sometimes, Penia Somocas Bibianco Campa Banji credit. A Biana BB Tyron and the monoso a dance to Benbiedi. But the overarching motivation is our duty as politicians is to bring our party back to power.
Of course.
The A children. When you are a mumpuye, the Yanti is a Ghana for a party for the donor air and him say, ye the party in the barbang. Then is what do you war as a political party in the tradition, yet my implement it. It is a one also the Okasatisaku. Now, would you quote figures ye? 90 million translating to vote winning. In Yanonqua, a face so. Yes, I saw so yensa. Apart from mentorship as some kind, constituencies be a winning by a narrow margin. Your faculty can be a former share. So can be a scientist our constituencies no. Nti ni nyina ya tactics ayede ko na me forward feed ye keso ye mpeni fo bi wo ha me be feed ye so se be bomb baso. Because I have been a successful whip. Yeah. Obi a me timi aka se sebio me nya kwenye bi se be bona baso ye pa e red and boche. Okay. Na even when we're in government, no near kasa etuyefo ye ba opposition a bad strategy. Ye committee or near church require munyani say, you radam butcher dear. In fact, between the sword, I'm sorry. Oh, what's the example? Yes. Now, we are no fiwa. A dear Baku to swa, as I'm boy, when we look at the chemistry. Okay. Oh, say you're Raffenyo, and we are said, dear than you. Or by 2 more University of Cape Coast. No, we make 2 years. And also, no, ye me penny. Yeah. But my brain won't be chenny penny age wise school be chenny penny. But my brain was young man. Make up a jama betty. Sabe, a dum an inshra, unyamina dema. Of course. No yamisun a pijanipa. onyame na ma baako kofom na opagya baako na so obi wo so na obo nsema na daachi bi so kosoro ebe bo nsema ma iti ma bre me ho asia man to the lowest level esan say ye wo ade kese bi wo kunkrun bia bi ho ayeko nya fe na opagya obeti wo na wako school sin na ye dan at the end of the day ono na partnership no nyam say oye the kindifo ensi nyina dan ebo na chidom na yemi edu no chese insu obi ka say water no pass
what you say
yet say
be ba find form
yet say minim ade ope ena me so ono so onim ade abepe onim di oya ebe hye bi nkura ma me homo aba nti bia yakop chemba anope bia pese di show obedika ahimacho obedika send me message e wodi bi opese me ye bibi pa obo be kradin
okay
so kwabna we die bi jamo minim say chief organizer no betima ya de no bi so de fo ni hwe me my way also ye way manager the academy
okay
na saade ne hyase if parliament tama ansa na yewra osei me sabo nsu be kono na me ne start bonde ye pa nti no ma bebre ye pass yo 8th parliament no ekwaya ne e fa so timi hwepe e numbers be pass ne hu once upon a time in kai nyina you are one of our members of parliament na ye ba be pass bibi eno ba me wono ka yem se chefwe me Russia kwa shama ba na me se da bi enko oya so brachre eno kwa shama o kai se ye MP ba ko benya kwanhia wo GIG ho no na de ba so me so de du sa de na bro hine so show ma me pass ma ba fa wo se akoto abapa me mama aban elusi oboa because you lose speakership no ena me di sin kan tam se erade akokwa mi fi adreji na maba sabio mi fie mechi ni medi bi ni ho pa sametra ma nkrofo egu mani mu asepa de enye ye ti bi sam furu so sabi konkra me de be wo ho enti to de bia aya no munim da no yakohia edom ho no mo no omo se omo ba na meti dem omo nim kwa me fa so minim podua mini eduro
en sa man fo ka se adenti ye jawa ma nko a wodi ke enter
obi enja me soja fo no kro no obi re na bigina chamber ho soja ni no ojo no kita tuo gina ono ho no
ada o yusu nura na
mi yusu ndro
o yira
mi yira hwa bro he se mi obi a mi ade si me se me ya na ya de papa edin so betwuma adwe fi so na tru bia me da office
jaw da ho
tru bia me frame me you ka yan se if you meet me ma wo woni tua me da office me wonsuo me bibia o hono mo enti tama omo beba no tu okro me my ready na me ti chamber hono mo na obi a me waboa me a me ne ntiase ne koye pa eye Era Fenyo Market and the first deputy Era Habib.
Okay.
Habib so chemistry ni solid. First I'm the banana in Shianoda. First time I ever be no hip. Me say, hey, na brand to Fifa. And I say, Paul our mountain will change for Jerry Solver home. It's solid combination. One majority for Anka Somokasa and Crofo with dear. And Yasam Kuma. Say to the beer Transi Edin Como, an official conversation. But our team is solid.
Complacency.
Yame complacency embem. Bruno complacency embem. Already we are 88. Nipa near 187. It will be most unreasonable say you will get complacent with this ratio. How will you get complacent? Complacency embem da. The only time our complacency bebem say you win power. That is when a no credit will come from the context of say, oh, I didn't know she won saka into either oh Joe oh Jia home kakra. But before feed the case so I shall me party phone crying or connecting. But I say on a quaffo need your near share juma pass. Na say juma pan or the bed or the bequepa.
Where are software now?
Oh, me a Pentecost ni.
Okay.
You have to be a Pentecost near the TV Pentecost fear.
Maybe see, and I know Buahin was say, Wakasama Nakuma Tony Yem, and when himself one day, Ube Mampaini Wakana. If it didn't come after her, if it didn't come, I don't know how I come home. If I tell her, yes, Super 107.3 at Tumpenjuma Diani, the honorable Frank, I not on pray, didn't come So what would do a G, Massibujani, no minority chief whip, on any penina, Yanino, AD, and Como, and a few messages. Maminkin Kana, Yantua, and Como. Prince, I'm wanting, was it, when Majuma war, yes, every pampa, the Niate, Wakasa pa. Coffee, let's only the audio Benny was it, and this is the honorable Cassis Subono Mabon, Rasoja Fonum Koyano, Bibre Nimhute, and Timunkoso Anamunya Madin. Na bibia enkoso nana kojo was a man of wisdom was nyansa awu timuma was nyame nyo kese pa da Costa was God bless you honorable Frank ano dompre da Costa Kroya was nyame nyo kese Kofi Kroya was wadwunu do nyame nyo kese ompija fra domu nko adomu da Costa di makenkan mi ntimi kobio Muhammad was the greatest man of all time Chief Whip ano dompre na me enyo kese tia Samuel was MP awo aniswadi hunu pa ye honorable Frank Anodom pray you a great man of peace o pasum due so na me enyo kese adwantua was the mighty man honorable Dom pray na amele also was since our Dodgy is pride of you proud of you and you're proud and you're pride passion no why he need na antimakani or say in sawam Dodgy for Omaniaji ewo pa tia Samuel was here Jumora don't pray God bless you chief on the sonedia what they aba eno na kojo poku was say hashtag don't pray for president hey maybe am de kokori there we bram pen mo asem we stromo o prikura friend me mpem ho asem na kojo poku was the best sizeless MP Lydia or de Abba and no Patroma the Abba, Bread, Yakin Kai Eddie Amount. Honorable Senku GH was a hardworking honorable Dompre. I was say, Nipenina, Nimdi4 Penny Dompre, Yamamu, any Ejuma. Quickly, my young son Connie and Ninko, appropriate time, if I can carry you, your batch with lines on and command national issues were hot, nothing you MPP as a political party move. Ebimuka say MPP always strong in opposition. Say Mrashebiafo no say party no power. Ya na ye abilities and capabilities are ewo mumu. Nimdi ewo mumu amodi ye adwuma say Mrashebiafo but party ne ba opposition a eni hu pa ewo NDC MPP Mrashebiafo no why majority chief whip why be minority chief whip enti nipa ne de work no unim Motia Bemu, Namubo opposition so unim. Sapepe TSM we are strong in opposition than in power.
In somewhere with some media, more drew pa, but my bomb more the answer of Bonnie dear coins. Remember, a new year say. Look what some say, many feet dear me deep partinage. A dear barqua me giddy say, I a dear, I say Yanka say a queen. Ye tanya for want of a better word. Ye tia yankasa yo. Ti say me church room be ye wa ban mo ye tai etia ye ho. Me man fatu ho ba ko ni bienu bi. Wo hwe na obi akoko tai obi echi, obi wo parliament wa sha ase afi no da ni ho adi kakrakra. Na obi o ye minister wako tai ni panichi se tusa ko if mame. Tuni fra kunya zo bisanza me ne nya adwene wo no ma bi ho. In print to na me person ma too many examples because they see and baby age na no etro na ye kasa bia nya kasa dio in kabombe den ebeba me am tena hey I was a victim nipa mienu tie omonu si mi so eye mayaka yaka die bebre
pe opon adwuma wo ye nyina
bon se onipa nyankopon etu me kasa na me ra wo se na me sori ahimachi be ye adwuma contract mi nsan bi de me majuma ye ka kire me say make sure say aban nyuma no ye be passe me passe mu nyuma mamo mo de ba na ma passe amamo na afa mu san kutia me eto bia na ha dwene na enye so hunu mayen me gidi say na aban so me ncheche mu me hye ne coat kakra to me ese to me nya ho brase ese atia say ye maw to me a bunu hine eye nipa bi na di tumi ahye wonsa nti wa ho odin afini pa bi ho na eba Inti yesi a kaini pano modi sa modi ni yeden. Ema ye.
Yes, obesi aja hode no.
Say ye wasan kaye na de bia no. Menji de se benya problem.
So is it true say Mraso Jafo MPP, Mraso Jafo we are strong in opposition than in power?
Not entirely true. You say a problem. Fact a incumbency, there a part of incumbency problem. They see a minority phase. Some more opposition on one way in power. Easy way. More opposition so to the extent that I'm going to put a quotation so can you imagine? And I'm about by me. How will you do? It will become more from what you mean, it will become more. So when you are brepa, was from a patch also, Miss Snow. No, I throw a phone, so I know Miss Dunya Mucho. One year to Gassiaba, a yaria, a incumbency associated with incumbency. But, Ubetimi, you can fight it. If you have a strong leadership, say, government, the executive, and in the leadership of parliament, you can fight that. Okay. Yeah, for instance, Obi Oba Parliament for first time in Parliament. Minister one mano border when you be no Obi wo Jubilee House no or when a feature or Hana who friend is on Parliament or ma
because Odi agree to no constituency.
So those were the issues. We don't hear it. And only at the end.
And do who the best in the person.
You not. Mimi kume bre tamana me kuma me mrashe bujafo no sada me nimsa me anka sama feature kura no
oh kuma obi no sa so de yesai
sada yesu afidie wo me feature di tama mani ba mi say hey sada me na mugu e paso sa she that is the problem,
right?
I know the
from my mrashe bujafo na ya ba ya sitnam the day bread and butter so be bread kakra we fie mu but unuaba wadamfo emefa Castle what's your view?
Oh Deb, okay, hey who can say some way?
Oh me can bra
okay so afna me no
who ni view
there be me hu ni bi but first time me hu no it was Supreme Court na me hu no otiwo but no you be your madam for so dia me chiaro na me movie on but some ni siwie no Obi I am a very for pa now I am a senior University of Cape Coast or Bawumia ebe catch me so near Ewurano aye adwumada na Ewurano on tisa into pamicho minja manenka na so media nanka tama asem ni si ye nanka sa no emma na mo wo mo side nyina Bawumia bubu nkotojo mani bi wo kokom ebe pamicho na so it's okay sabi nipa de nyina yefom ntimija manaka so o feed them one no sign can the chain cry na me ko raise asem no chamber I came on that appropriate order say speaker ntibinya hu bibi minim so the chop am afafa
but personally on one the empower chop
pa me chow them ho
okay
me magdi kan ka just me Pentecost ni nkontumpo de enya de ye oba dem ho no tama ye call conclave no oba dem ho ena obi kan yigbe na me respond ya yigbe no oh catch him say oh
so what yigbe
onim say me and I'm saying I was brought up in Volta region but now who for more than 10 years because University of we call Bishop Herman it be kai because they say grana say first while me kan person ya kan ni ma me asantini papa ya chini nti the wie na nti mani nyan ohun say me kan igbe no mani nyan onyanu hu bi na fo hu di o ya no na say oh it's okay oh yeah said you for musu ko na me so for me baby nti some microphone ka some violent no that day pa na ma kasa ominia atenie pa raw insult then na me yeah but you say o mani ya madam for pa o mani defense minister tell me ye news president no ba me ho no so person ye news president na me coach ni kakra in the time I pass and vet be baso embaso no I echo break na me say no I have a personal relationship with him. Let me just assure him say it's not personal at him. Now we'll do it. Ti call ya menia and na you could see but the among yankopon the cause why kunokudin e ye adwuma so me mai.
Every must forgive, don't forget. Oh the near there.
Oh yes, it's the same. Meja manaka but be rent me fee. And then I'm a coffee. My wife was very angry. According to Kokunto Kwanam so. And we say very young couple so only more coin and mean could be more.
Okay. I was so many them, yes, search him. na Ghana for decided say ye dia kunya afna ma menka ne saa be share John Dramani Mahama nsem na walidi en say mampani edu so aye say obe mampani de aboso me ensa ba atwam so far so good. Or personal assessment on John Dramani Mahama as president, NDC government in power.
Okay, so personal assessment. Me follow a funny affair. The kind no. O shane kasana. Suddenly nimbi John Mahama said your tiano. The kasano in the lead up to campaign no. O share do baby na anoya yeshe as a ne atenye. Bemuka kra the kasani biana said you named as a diplomat, said your kasano as a former deputy communication or rising ya by a vice president. Now share the kasana. The John Mahama we knew no the lead up to 2024 election as a sign. Baby Johanna said atenye bemu kaka kan semni bia, but we can forgive him or any pa. But oba bemu no inaugural message you know, and even I think when he was installed, we na Okoye Papa Kufuor ho na me share exchanges no e ma minya Arishemu bi said no, this man may be different this time. Into down the lane after him who said about Parliament we even before Parliament no, I started rewriting my notes. State institutions is bit is a GRA. Na yedi yoyo yanko where the second honomo Bui Power Authority, any other established state institution, even port ho near seizing microphone, near yes, near boom microphone, near attacking microphone. No idea. Papa na you deemed is a stony silence. Hold my moon said no. Adie entimi emmase yamam penny adie koso kroimu onimushe. Enti mame stein adwen kese na na menya wono so papa ya fe de ni da so bi wo man mu ni na samba fom enkosi se afi ye start se ye pam nkrofo wadwum chief of staff manoda sumina so awu kan ye o trotro krata ko se nkrofo ma ye adwuma ye yi omu nyina mfiri mu no na hu se minua
the same
the same kojo bibie no besesa. It's not going to change. It's not going to change because me who said I'm call for renegotiation of IMF. In some kind, some poto kafa MPP phone, and we have criminally managed the economy. And then almost show my budget, my growth projection, almost 4.7.
New house economy, you know, it grow 5.7.
Yes, muja 3.5, and we grew it to 5.7. What was resetting? Resetting is rather retrogressing. And I will target it 4.7. It's mean my impressions so far no, it is on and off. Oh, or to me yes or a diplomat or kakasapa no sandi bibi a boom. And on one front or the farm on Crawford. You can't tell me say chief of staff a trollete. I could say in Crawford you tell me the president doesn't know about it. No, it can't be. The president knows about it. And money real fee in summer case me I thought the first John, second John, third John. Oh, just one term. Ye bibina Ghana for fanya de enfant Kyle.
Ye Japadie bi.
Yes. Who they say no enye Japadie mpoa. Jadim pabi. Say once the campaign can say no maybe a president for ntimi anye no. This time Obabe yes adie ni na. And no buy as adie ni na kwa na ekodechi. Inti media agrobe so a efianopa bibia de na di se oni bibi foforo bia de mayen okay se say omo ba be yi nkrofo di se de omo ye di no nobody NDC for a shedwum. That's what they're doing.
Bibi wo ho a mrashibudwafo mbetimi aye di aboa Ghana this year na because we have crowd we wabra fa chesherefo ntete ebiem wawie ebia mekan abusua sebofo no no on edidi ma abusua bi edi owie en ya postu no ebi o bon ye na bankran na ko tamale wa ko han dan wie ye ndisi abanse ya pamo sign ko rasuja fo muntimi nye bibi mfa mwa
o say yeah okay so ade di kan ye ade for the motion So the parliament itself, you know, a different resolution.
Okay.
Now, yeah, a decision binding on parliament to take it. It's your motion you file, you know. There is a debate. Now, speaker, munkobra. Into your baby, you may be say, but a lawyer force with me. There are other ways per se
legal redress,
legal and also diplomatic.
Okay.
You be approach chief of staff in Akasa. Say you don't know to be so here more parliament for them. So 88 I am focus micro minority one a two baby and I'm quorum no more patch up. So you need the other side. And don't forget the outside world, the IMF international bodies on your way. So pass BB or parliament. Not the minority for no, you don't get their support. They tend to question you. So no more mobile passing, no more baby. They need the minority. They definitely need us. And I will Kasami show. I put myself in their position. So we are school. For a being from Bobusia. Bobusia Miamiti is a last born of 6 guys. Now, me Tam Kessia me co-invest in Panamania, a Bobusia. Me Kai University of Cape Coast, me Baga Medical University of Cape Coast, Pijacos Luciana Bofon Kunkuru Bibiani. Now, some way about radio, so can I be much answer some year Kadepi. Nipa na so bit me fasad no ma we mu nyina awie no we school na anya bia Ghana na NDC fo nko ade anasesen MPP ye wa ba mu ni eni nkrofo bi omo ye NDC fo mo ye adwuma. There were so many sensitive positions and NDC for known NDC for no mo ye adwuma o ye yomodi bia cost no at time. Now you see onipa onchire bo ena ye bokwa me nkrumadi ni abo buzi din ni abo mpenifo din ni abo ewrakufo din ni abo ewrananado din niema bi omo be ye akoye twaka sa na meka no etari o man no ne de kai omo nti ewra jomama den ye de be kai wo wo be se yakasa wo ni o man pani a wo ba ya nkrofo bo abuburo esi apene kese wo man yi no already wo ni legacy bia ya papa Kofodia, ya bo cocoa mass spray, ya bo school feeding,
national health insurance,
health insurance,
free maternal care,
ya bo
grant
etc. Ya bo Rollins din. He came to also emphasize the rural electrification, rural development, Buzia, national service project, rural electrification.
Okay.
Ya bo Kwame Nkrumah di obi animo bibi tare ne ho e de kai no
e bona na do dia free senior high school
wo de wan kai hwe kwa free SHS de wo nti ye papa owura John Mahama dan ye betimi de abodin
so den confirm by
en confirm amutu ko Burkina yi na wo de ye ka obi ye free SHS obi see factories ahodo obi ye rural electrification now de wo de confirm. I don't confirm the year with which I say in a bit my confirm maybe. And I don't confirm that you breed be about a beam by we are said that. It's about panic show. You see, we want to make a passionate appeal. And you see, Papa Nankasano.
Well, Mammy, who dream me and Miss Rina may say, baby, a wee scanny freebie. I won't show a name. Producers not prompted me say, teachers for no mobile, hano. One more movie be cacrasse or Mufamfaka and Kofi. I mean, you can say, meet me more.
Mammy Cassin win show. Minim se onipa ohmodin kese pa ya doye.
Okay.
Me kai se me ko University of Cape Coast. Na me papa police ni wonya ne baby ko. Wase kwamna me man doso. Ampani ampa so mo doso pa. Wase unua no nyina wo na otwato. Enti kokko ye adwuma foforo ko tua adwuma bi. Na so ma bombodin pa.
O ma unko university because can who e be hwe
obi hunu philanthropist. Obi amishia no obonti ohwe me results pelo tua me school fees man. Enti de bia no se bi wo bi nko adea. I try to give.
Na me nyokese. Producer say na tia me na so say.
Enti bi nya ye wura John Mahama ye pa ne chew. Ye sra no ye kita koto ne asrewa. ye panicho for the sake of our country.
Okay.
Or mine way ye your Ghana. What be the man penida? Oh, you see, so ye po be or ye politically experienced by because of occupy political offices. Nobody comes close to you until you are the last person to be suffering these things. Ye de chone be pano. But ye man so wa. Ayakon ayano ayasa edu baby a. Ye ba tito kwache no.
Okay. Right. Yeah, share Reverend in team for Joe. What you saying?
No ye pa. No ye pa. In team for Joe is one person ni penny be nimuno. Or ye very firm. And 7th Parliament over 7th Parliament. And coincidentally, I'm here Foreign Affairs Committee chairman, not a member of the Foreign Affairs.
Okay.
Or you'll be on Keke. You can meet me at a committee meeting, be a bear 1 hour in team for John Kasa. But so could be no one in a swa. You can't stop him. Salami de minimum. Now, Bia or Yebia, he has the fullest of blessings of the entire minority caucus.
Motanechi.
The Tanechi pa. Yet Tanechi papa wouldn't come with Tanechi. Ah, and I before some Mukonifio. 107.3. Mimi nya information anka so no cry frame me. Na ni tie ni agire porano.
What information different?
Oh, so say enye de bomofo ko wire mi nyina no be fie obebeka. Me to be disclose. But make me catch us say we were platforms bebree so. We were platforms dey san mekan. We were platform bebree so.
Yeah.
And I me one namfofo bebree. E be NDC for true NDC. I'm here now for he didn't come on. You see, the fact is, you see, politics, mommy and fair. Some people party A now party B, not just say a for. And there should be a common denominator, regardless of our party persuasion.
Yeah.
Some more party B na party A, na BB koswa edio mining ya, SATB. That's right. Now, Momo, the Abucha will crow me. No, Mom dream say you refuse. Mu can ya dear Papa Kufodo. Mu dina Tamempo can say gold a warm man we vienna. Obia Mum Ponti. Na sa plain air made in some way. There are a lot of questions I say, Busa.
Right, but what Mamma Reverend Tim for Joe, oh yeah, minority chief. What brief one can be said, work it evidence A, B, C, D. And more true support to now say just suspicion. It's
not suspicion. You see, Unia, say in the aviation industry, you're sorry, in the aviation industry, Brohini, answer a flight eba BBC. Your process be a film. Your ebesia, your process be a faso. It is all the protocols are existing protocols are established by law. Are kind of why establish it. Not particular flight BBC. No more compromising on those key requirements as part of the protocol. It raises suspicion. You may not have hardcore evidence said your drugs and as a money laundry or the would play anymore. But ubusa questions, no questions, no multi more new year. You tend to have a reasonable suspicion, sir, Bibiakoso. And they have a responsibility to tell Ghana for say, I didn't say that yet. In some you rap for so for Suquachi kind in an your boy the NCC so. Now, Bruno, doesn't it beat your mind, sir? Obeka say Mampeni on his Facebook wall, or the Batu Jack can say, or many by corporate security agencies in the other relevant agencies, no, or many in team for Joe and corroborate. They should collaborate and corroborate. Adiachiana, Yera Felix, so at the radio, so I a press conference, Rabeshia, some more kind. That's an indictment of the president. Now, the ref, he said, the constitution says that president, ultimately delegating executive power through his subordinates. Into your minister for communication, you speak for the president. Assembly who can be as a president,
of course.
So at one breath, yes, at one breath, president said, "Mun collaborate." At another breath, you have jumped the gun and say that a Troda would na sofu moko you are, or you say a word clown. I mean, FIFA. But you see, they should know that pride comes before a fall. No more dear, I'm a fall leader. I shall see and tell to do. No could be a bind be at least 1 year or 2 years now. No master, no say being koye. But I'm dear, the Busumi Siampum by me bomb dia. By next year, but you mean no workroom, won't scandals at the P.
Right. Reverend Tim for Johnson by a point in time. Now it seems like a jar on but later we said that be Munina, most sorry, a day a trigger. I don't come on in and support Yenina because of evidence. What the actual moments away the concrete evidence say you take the crown the tail end, you know, and confirm
Guasiam. Minority, we are so disciplined, sir. You cannot get up, no a press conference without an endorsement from leadership. No. Maybe for the sake of Westfield Cassie, let me catch you say. The first press conference or year, you know, me no dick kind of soon. Or friend, I'm a friend leader. Because leader has a final say in these matters. But you can't catch us a media, but you're born in the a man penny. Into a friend, you know. You say, me as a child, I'm more accessible. The leader, dear, a 2 year dear near Cocos, Yerina Cocasa. It's your friend, you know, name is Susu Assembly. I'm saying, no, go ahead, send me the draft text. Or send him a test, reading when I'm sending my leader. And I'm saying, what is your opinion? Should we go ahead? And I said, no, go ahead. And at the essay, the man who gave him more the support, or yeah, first one. Or yeah, first one, you know. So we are then we are now, you get the feedback. In your feedback, no. Yes, we are fair, your boy, assembly, did all our checks in Musa Denocribium. Yes, and she and the beam. Yes, there be take it from this angle. But we sumbremu, but we won't talk. So you fight from the fringes. Now, in the next coming weeks, especially raising critical issues about our same way. Brunya, Bibi Ohayese media, be questions. There are a lot of questions that national security has to answer.
So within 3 months, 4 months, cocaine some adults who Kruma Kepkos $350 million street value of cocaine. Secondly, $150 million. Every movie you cross a MPP for na mashada say mo de cocaine be rebremu na the fee abata NDC abandon.
Oh, obi obeka sai bia ye hudu hadansam 7 prediasa. Say asa wodo onsa tia echiro bi so. Onsa dia aka ni nyina achire wo so.
Okay.
Inti say if that is the case, say sa na tia. Na chesa ban onim na adwuma ye. So no can say yeah MPP from ye cocaine. Any buying way has no business being in government. Because what it means is that your borders are porous, you are not on top of security issues. Now how would you sit down and a government like NDC? But now say MPP4. No more credit boy yo where they call a very state institutions could be nyamna. It is not the case. They know about it. Omunim hubi.
Omunya wa of cocaine I chichi.
Oh, minya. Omunim hubi. Omunim baby efire. The wire no nim baby ohye. So, the wire na ehwe no onu pe no nim baby ede ohye. Na unya so me kwan am say umbre ni susu a. Yehwe budget no. Omu ba ye to be. Yeah, the big push, yeah, the 24-hour economy, yeah, the Women's Development Bank. Now kind budget now. There's a lot of deception. Big push, big push, $10 billion. Budget anymore. No details. Details be
as to the this can be
you I want to chop. My catch was a next year scandals. I have said TNA. I face my 24-hour economy. So I didn't know. Obia on your own interpretation of what 24-hour economy means. I'm already candidate JM Ankasa can say and your compulsory. I didn't your compulsory. Which lets him say, then we appoint somebody at the presidency
to be in charge of
24-hour economy. She said, we're free for budgeting. There was no a single statement for 24-hour economy. Muslim Women's Development Bank. My allocation of $51 million Yes, 51 million Ghana cedis. And now we hear banking lines, so you need 40 billion. Yes. It's a grown money. And I'm telling you, say you better want to, and in the coming weeks, this is where the minority is going to focus on. And we have a team, economic management team, solid economic management team. The next time I ever hear the press conference, they invite diplomatic community in Yomaba, and we are going to have a banter, an interaction. We say, no, we have a better version in terms of the management of this country, and we can do the job better than the NDC are doing.
Right. Yanko party mukakra, but before I even intend to party mukakra, no, you be jaw wenche, you be jaw, you be call party this year. But I answer about call party muno, my main faka crab in Frabonting, NIB, Jumadia Woody of late. Uberhena, Yakobi fee, the true, Yakatakata Yanim, over here will be a drum, alcohol, and Yabakum is becoming one too many. Should it be a national concern?
It should be. It should be, because you see, nipa bone subetimi e your mind then afrem. Amboko di nipa wayene enyamransa mane ayakayaka diesem. Me gidi say you've taken the matter up. Ye ba no dani any national security coordinator edi hu nkomo say no enye sa na ye no. And after the titiru enye mrahye bedwa fokra Ghana ni bia ukokan ye constitutional. I think chapter 5 fundamental human rights.
Yeah.
But down what the friend is a right to life, dignity, and a constitutional provisions. And no yet directive principle of state policy. No one can say they are not justiciable. These are justiciable provisions in the constitution. We have adopted a diplomatic approach. I am the national security coordinator. Yabano Dani is in charge of that. So there should be a civil way to go about it. Especially as a member of Parliament, or some immunities that should be respected and recognized. If you hear him say, no more timia day, a jai, and for Subiamba, but only a diversionary tactics.
Quambezo.
Depending by Oba so Babe Yejuma, Oba who said no, I did a human mean to me yet. Men Crawford may appoint you, Moses Grana, who so. My main file, you been from now, Nipa now, said you're more raising issues, playing prudent and patriotic oversight, mean divert your attention. No, so continuously, so or pick up Crawford, your focus will go there. Bring another maybe what? Your focus will go there. No, so when your friends and freedom, no, so when you're free, and no more, but it's Uncle Ziaga and could be baby a while by bread, Musabajine. So there are issues I see raised and we'll continue to raise it.
Right. My memory people mukakra. Sandstorm you who say ABC.